Perfect. So, hello, good evening, or good afternoon, everybody, depending on your time zone. I'm Alex, and I will be the host of tonight's AMA here at Phoenix, where we will be hosting the team from Vet Inu. We already have, I think it's main speaker here with us, so I will give you the floor and please introduce yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Good day, everybody. My name's Brian. I go under the alias Major Payne here. Thanks for joining us for the AMA. So I am going to be your speaker for on behalf of Vet Inu. So we are basically a team of 10 individuals met in the DeFi space, like a lot of you have. Probably about a year or so ago, started getting in on, these BSC projects when they were starting to really take off. So we have been together for some really great projects, a lot of rugs as well, and actually decided to start launching our first project back in November. We launched a project called Elf Token. A few days after the market really topped out, so it was not the best spot for BSC projects, but we managed to pull out a 6x there. Gave about 100K in BUSD rewards to the holders, about 25K, 26K in giveaways, and most importantly, we were a charity token, and we donated about $45,000 to Toys for Tots during that time. So it was a good run, but like everything else, those charity tokens were dying out. We wanted to come up with something a little bit more sustainable, so we came up with Vet Inu, which again has its own charity kind of concepts to it, but more long-term sustainable utility. So our team itself, like I said, 10 individuals. We come from different backgrounds. Myself personally, I work for a venture capital firm, one of the larger private equity venture capital firms in the U.S. We're all U.S. based. We have some, extended team members who, are around the world. So, we'll be able to talk to you guys in the community 24/7. But we also have other individuals on our team in the finance space. We have a bunch of people who are small business owners, a lot of experienced business professionals. So, we understand the kind of toll it takes to run one of these types of projects, and we're very excited to get this one underway.
Awesome, awesome. That's a very extensive introduction. Thanks for that, Brian. What can I say from the top of my head right now? Just looking at, and I find that actually super, super great. The fact that you have a dog barking in the background, it comes brilliantly into our picture here. It just completes it. Um, so yeah, what type of dog is it, if I may ask?
So we went with the German Shepherd kind of approach, with as it being a service dog, for the military service members here. So we kind of went with this whole Inu theme, as you know, the Inu type of dog, or I guess not technically not an Inu type of dog, but we went with the Inu name just because it's been the cornerstone of the meme coin kind of universe here in crypto. So we went with that just because a lot of these charity Inu tokens are kind of taken off a little bit now, mostly on the ERC network. But we're sticking with BSC, and we decided to go with more of a veterans type approach with the charity aspect. Because as a lot of these men, women who kind of selfishly, risk their lives, they take a little bit of a toll, after their services ended, both physically and emotionally. And we wanted to really kind of give it back to them, from a financial standpoint, do some good for those who basically help protect us. So we're well, a lot of the themes might show, U.S. based stuff. We're an American team. This is going to be a global effort with, all the turmoil and everything going on outside of, going on in, I guess, Eastern Europe. So we decided that this is going to be like the best approach for a kind of token right now. So
Yeah, I think it makes sense, and it's not that you guys are relying on the Inu, uh, but yeah, let's face it, it is out there, so it does bring an interesting perspective and aspect to your token. Token built by 10 people that come from different backgrounds. That this states that you guys kind of brought together, um, and you're actually supporting and engaging within a multicultural environment, uh, uniting for the same cause. Before we dive into the project itself, um, if you can tell us what is your role exactly within this project, and yeah, how did it start? Let's take it one by one. What's your role in the project, Brian? If you want to share with us tonight.
yeah, absolutely. So I guess I would consider myself maybe the main owner here. So I kind of oversee the different aspects of what we kind of divide the group into. So everything from just the community aspect, social media, all that, the marketing aspect, as well as just kind of reviewing what our in-house graphic design artist kind of does. So I kind of just have a foot in the door with everything, but we have a great team of individuals who have been in the space for a while. They've had experience on other teams, and yeah, they each add their own kind of unique skill set to the project itself. So I kind of just do a little here and there and help kind of keep everybody moving forward.
Okay, now because you mentioned, uh, geez, you kind of do it all, but are you concerned that at some point it's just going to get exhausting to cover so many areas of the token, or it is within your plan to eventually expand the team and therefore try to cover as many angles with more people and not just rely everything on yourself?
Yeah, no, I mean, as much as any kind of business or token project, as you grow, you bring in more people to help support it. It's not sustainable to be able to run a multi-billion-dollar token on just a handful of individuals. So as this thing grows, we're anticipating bringing more people in. So that's not an issue at all. I believe with any kind of good any good corporation or business out there, this is a necessity to be able to adapt like that. So we're more than willing to bring in more people, as this thing begins to take off.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it only makes sense because I think that at some point, um, I think you will need more people in order to cover the full aspect. But again, we digress. We're still at an incipient stage. So let's see, what are we talking about here? Tell us more about Vet Inu. How did the idea came to you, and what does it rely on?
Yeah. So from the charity portion, I kind of went into it a little bit with our previous work. So we wanted to kind of keep doing something where we're giving back to the community in a positive way. So getting more into the utility though. So I think I mentioned before. So my current role, my 9 to 5 job, is that I work for a venture capital firm that basically helps promote these pooled venture capital funds, private equity funds, what have you, from like high net worth individuals, corporations, etc., into these like startup companies. So I kind of took the idea from there and kind of wanted to layer it into a cryptocurrency type theme with more geared towards the common investor because as we kind of every kind of chain, every kind of person has their own limitations, issues that we can see, or like your standard investor, might have capital limitations, time limitations, working full-time job, having a family, stuff like that. So we kind of came up with the concept of like, hey, we want to create this like group, this community that we don't rely on just like call channels. As you guys are aware of, there's tons of influencers out there that are paid to shill, use their followers to grow their own bags and dump on them. Um, you know, and a lot of these are very one-dimensional types of calls. They're looking at like one chain, one type of coin, just to get in quickly, make a quick buck or two, and then get out. So a lot of the times these projects aren't sustainable, especially in the BSC, which I live and die by the BSC. That's my kind of that's kind of the most mainstream of the networks, I would say, outside of ERC right now. But even with the ERC tokens, the common investor doesn't really want to pay those like high fees. So what we've kind of decided to do is kind of create this commingled fund where we are going to be, we're going to be a DAO. We're going to be 100% investor driven, where people vote on cross-chain, cross-product type of investments, where we're really looking to help create a community to teach people a little bit about, other products that are out there, whether, because like, for example, Crow is taking off right now. A lot of people have no idea what is going on there, like how to even get into that space. But, allowing a mainstream kind of chain like the BSC, get these people, get their feet wet, we can kind of go in and like help guide them. So, our team, we have, I would say, pretty good experience when it comes to the DeFi space, NFTs, trading, leverage trading, all that to help guide the community. But, end of the day, still a community type of driven token. So that's kind of how the whole idea came up, was, day in, day out work of seeing like the team that I work for right now, which is like hundreds of people, how they go about their business due diligence when they're scoping out startup companies and applying that to the crypto community.
Okay, that's interesting. Actually, developing a project of your own, and trying to bring a community to support your cause, and it makes it easier for you because you're inspired by your own work, which kind of lets you adapt daily and yeah, implement new ideas. So yeah, kudos for that. Definitely the best way to start a project is by interacting daily with its features, concepts, so on and so forth. And I actually like the idea, and I think the space. I'll make two quick comments here. One, BSC, definitely all for it. Surely, Crow has some hype right now, and maybe others, AVAX, FTM, whatever. BSC is there. BSC is there to stay. They've proven their utility. No argument about that one. So yeah, when it comes to ERC, for example, well, different story, different taxes, different tokens, so on and so forth. So I'm not gonna get it more into that. But I agree with you. BSC is here. It's my go-to platform. Sure, in a bump right now, but they're gonna make it through for sure. Um, and you mentioned this is what I wanted to bring myself to. 100% investor driven. So this is what the community. This is what I think the community, the space of crypto needs right now, is to understand, to get a good grasp of what a DAO means, and how can people, the community itself, can influence their future, and yeah, their actions to be, to have a meaning. There aren't, I'll say, there aren't any DAOs active out there that are bringing it on BSC. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen or been a part of one so far on BSC.
I've seen it more in the NFT space, and that's why I was kind of, and even that's more like a lot of it's driven on just like their treasury, what kind of stuff they're doing there. I've seen it a little bit on charity tokens as well, but it's more, you know, driving like what kind of foundations that they're there to support, which we plan on doing as well. But I agree, it's a little bit different of a concept, and I think a lot of people might even be a little bit hands off on it at first. But I mean, we always joke about like people saying when marketing devs do something, all of that. But we're trying to really create a platform here where it's like you don't have to like really worry about what the dev is doing. If the dev's sleeping, great, let him get his sleep, let him get his rest, because you're the ones making the decision. You're here helping, working with the community, finding great plays, and you're taking your time and effort, rather than like going out there shilling your coin, or just moon boying and like pumping up the community, which you still can do, but you're more trying to learn a little bit as an investor. You don't know a lot about NFTs. Well, guess what? There are people in this community that do, and you can see like how we're vetting out a play and apply that same kind of knowledge for your own personal investments. So an investment can come across, how we're going to kind of do it. People can apply for a certain investment. We'll do our due diligence as a team. We're going to administrate the whole kind of investment pool. But end of the day, it's going to be the community voting, based off of your holding percentage in this stake venue, and then kind of go from there. So it's really just taking a simple concept of just like a basic private equity fund, incorporating the DAO concept, and really just letting the community do their thing, like drive the project. And we think this is an incredible opportunity for investors for multiple fronts, because most people they can't afford to get into these private investing whale groups. I can't, and even those are very, very rare, where it's like the investors themselves have some sort of decision making ability within that group. It's usually a handful of general partners or directors that really drive like what they invest in or not. But this is not the case. Everybody has a say on everything, and that's what I think we're really, really excited about.
Indeed. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm excited because within short notice, in a couple of minutes, I will try to explain. Actually, no, with your help, you're gonna try to explain to the community how will the DAO actually work. Um, and again, guys, what I'm seeing right now, let me just take the liberty. It's all in their website. So I'll share with you guys the website again. There you go. You can go ahead and read. Um, whatever we'll cover, it's already there. So back to my point. Let's cover a bit the roadmap, because from the roadmap I'm gonna go into the next section, which is gonna be the DAO. But when it comes to the roadmap, in what phase would you say you are right now? And within some short term, like maybe a week or so, 2 weeks, depends on the market conditions, of course. What could we expect from Vet Inu? Some short term development goals.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're still in phase one right now. So that will be phase one. Essentially, will be through launch. So we're still doing our pre-launch marketing, our AMA tour right now. So we're going through all that. Our launch is going to be next week, on Thursday the 14th. We'll have pre-sale the 13th. It'll be a smaller 100 BNB pre-sale. We want to make sure there's enough buy pressure at launch. We want to make sure everybody who wants to get in can, and hopefully make some money. So obviously we're a long-term project. So if you don't get in from pre-sale or whatnot, you still have plenty of time to get in on this. So so once we launch, we'll finally go into phase two, which will be we'll go through our post-launch marketing. We're going to be applying for CG, CMC, so all that good stuff. We have several advisors on the team who are influencers who are going to be keeping us known in the community, on social media and stuff, constantly. So we're excited about that. But then we're probably about 3 to 4 weeks away from our main utility being live, the DAO. So what it's going to include is pretty much a staking platform, through the website. So you will go, you'll stake your VetNU token, and you will earn our governance utility token. So to keep up with the kind of dog theme, you stake VetNU for K9 is the governance token, and basically this provides value, obviously, but it also provides two things of voting share percentage. So the more K9 you hold, the more of a say you have within the community votes, as well as profit sharing percentage. So if we invest in a project, those additional profits will be allocated across, to the stake VetNU holders, based off of your percentage holding in the stake governance token. So that's how it's all going to work. Ideal final state is you're going to be able to go through, do the voting online. It might take us a little bit to get there, as we're building it out with the dev team, which we've hired an outside dev team. They're a registered company in Austria. Cryptit's the name. So, these guys, we wanted to make this thing, as, good as possible. So we decided to go the outsource route there. So they're going to be developing all this stuff on the back end, make it easy for the users to do. So that's really going to be the next step there. And then once we, I guess, move past that into phase, 3 is going to be a little bit more into building up our name a little bit more. I would say we're probably going to be doing more like kind of speaking engagements, kind of talk about the product itself, because as you said before, this is definitely a little bit newer in the space, and I feel like this could be, a great idea, because really this is a long-term project, like building out a utility. And I apologize if I'm rambling on about this. I'm just very excited, but I truly believe this is going to be a sustainable project within the BSC, just because, our investment portfolio can be flexible, can be versatile to any kind of market conditions. If you think about like how October through December went this past year, you really see how like altcoins started booming October and then came right back down by the time December was over. We have that ability to kind of see the market conditions, adjust to that, get the community involvement, and say like, hey, altcoins are really doing well right now. We get in, or they're about ready to take off. Get in right now. But you saw in December, altcoins were down, the market was down, but NFTs are booming. We get in there. We also have people who know how to leverage trade. I'm sure there'll be certain investors that can do that. We see ourselves in a great opportunity, a great supply zone, like BTC's in the supply zone. Great short opportunity. Make money that way. Our goal is to be profitable no matter the market conditions. Be flexible no matter the market conditions. You have these one-dimensional products that, the utility, if it doesn't deliver on time, that's, it's going to hurt you, or people kind of phase out, go to the next thing. Like this, we have two sources of income here. We have the main token. If it does well, increases in value, great. If it goes down in value, that doesn't really matter. That actually could be a good thing, because guess what? More people sell. That just means that your ownership percentage within your holding percentage within the fund actually increases for the investment portfolio. So if that's doing well and people are selling the main token, guess what? You're just bringing in more profits from the investment pool. So that's where I really think this is truly a sustainable type of long-term project, which is one of the things we're extremely excited about.
Definitely. And don't get me wrong, the reason why I actually let you speak and I don't interrupt is because I like to kind of live the same passion that you do. So yeah, whenever I see that, I can understand how excited and you're living by the information that you're sharing with us, I don't want to interrupt that. I want to feel the emotions that you're transmitting to our community, and therefore I'm gonna let you speak for sure without interrupting, just to make my comments. That's the reason why I haven't said anything in minutes. But yeah, this is a thing that I cannot stress enough. Um, we need as investors, because at the end, let's face it, why did we join crypto? The main reason is to make money. Surely everybody has its goals. I want to make money in a week, I want to make money in a year, so on and so forth. But that's the main reason for everybody. That's the main goal. You want to achieve some financial status, determined by yourself and your needs and expenses. But the thing is, when the market is up, everybody is making money, because typically everything is making money on pretty much every blockchain. What happens in these conditions when the market is kind of down? It's not in its best condition. Launches aren't happening because people postpone and so on and so forth. We need to see other opportunities. So I'm 200% with you on the statement that we as investors, we need to digress towards other opportunities, because there are opportunities. And sure, maybe some of us know research or marketing or leverage trading or futures or whatever, but opportunities to make money are there for sure. And yeah, I think every statement that you made is correct. In regards to the token itself, I think it's a long term, but people, we here and the others that will be a part of your community, we need to think it as a, you know we need to see the big picture. That's the thing. This is what I keep explaining to people. Aside for do your own research, not financial advice, so on and so forth, think about the big picture. That's the whole point. You're investing in two things. First of all, ideas. Second of all, team. Put them together and try to, you know, try to imagine and put in perspective what they're trying to achieve. If it's feasible from your perspective, go for it. When it's a DAO, it's even better, because you know for a fact at some point, and this is the point where we're going to go into the DAO, you and other investors, other people that are holding the token, you're going to make a difference. And for the people to understand how the DAO will work itself and take into account, um, as mentioned by Brian, this is a feature upcoming in phase two. They're in phase one right now. We will repeat all the details, of course, for everybody to get them. But the DAO, the pool creation at least, and the other interesting part, the launch of K9, that's gonna happen in phase two. And because I don't wanna kind of take the excitement, why don't you tell us more about this, about K9? What is K9, and how is this gonna play a part in the investor's future?
Yeah, absolutely. And so K9 is going to be our like governance and utility token. So that's going to be what determines how much of a voting share that you have and your profit percentage. So what you'll pretty much do is like through our website is you're going to stake the venue, and you'll be earning this token. So there will be value to this token, but to buy, sell it. But mainly the main thing is going to be like this is what's going to determine like the main feature of the DAO, your voting rights, your profit percentage. So that's really going to drive it. And you're going to accumulate a certain amount of DAO a day, depending on how much you or certain amount of K9 a day, depending on how much you stake within the DAO, how early you got in. So the earlier you get in, the more you get in. Obviously, you'll make more than somebody later down the road. But yeah, so I mean, that's really going to be what determines every kind of DAO feature per se that we're going to have. So I mean, that's what we're really excited about. So there will be a secondary token that comes out because of this, but it does give us the flexibility to allow for this DAO platform. So I kind of showed a little bit here. So I actually just posted the main chat, just an investment DAO review. It's just like 8 pages, just kind of sums up the advantages and stuff like that. But on the second page, you can kind of see how it all like flows through together, and how if you stake your VetNU DAO, it opens you up, or VetNU token, it opens you up to cross chain, multi-product types of investments. So with different strategies. So we're very excited about that.
I was actually gonna post, and yeah, since I have it, I'm gonna post it either way. This is from your white paper actually, and this is how you guys thought the process, and this is more for the community to understand because it's a great concept put into place. Surely everybody is wondering, okay, so at some point, without seeing the chart and the presentation that we just made, um, mainly people would understand that vet inu is the only token, but there's a governance token. Everything will revolve, of course, around vet inu because that's your key play here. But it comes into play quite nicely. You're gonna purchase the vet inu, then you're gonna stake that. By staking it, you earn the right, and by the right I mean the K9, which is gonna be the governance token, and it's gonna have the DAO feature itself. Did I understand this correctly so far, Brian?
Yep, 100% correct.
Yeah, and this just gets me super excited. Let me be honest with you because um I mean surely to stake a token to gain another, I mean I think at least 100 projects did that. Where are those projects right now? Yeah, sure, we can talk about those. But the DAO part, and I'm gonna emphasize again and again that I think this is the best play that the space needs. This is what we need to focus on. There are, and I think you know this better than I do, that within a community, small one, big one, doesn't matter. There are super many people that are knowledgeable, that are on the same page, um, trying to achieve maybe the same thing, maybe different things, uniting those persons to into the same goal and giving them the opportunity to kind of establish things on their own. Yeah, that's what's gonna make the project great. At least from my perspective, of course. Not to bore everybody, let's move on by discussing what you just shared. um Let me go back because I think I had a question. uh okay, so that would be on the one, two, three, on the third page. um what type of just for me to understand, what type of calculation is that? I'm referring more to the second part of it. Basically you're comparing how would the group work in our case 12 people compared to a individual, from an investing perspective.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So this is just an example of I think what people kind of like scares them away with the ERC, type of chain, which is, high, fees associated with trading it. So my example pretty much here is, you have $100, you see a play on the ERC that like. Basically, if with a $25 fee, which again is, I would say, conservative, you basically get in on a project, and just for $100, your initial starting point is $75. With that, if it does a 2x and then you sell, so 2x from 75, you get to 150, you sell that, you still get hit with another $25, gas fee. You net out at $125. So you made money, which is great. But if you look at it, you just did a 2x on an investment, while really your net gain on that is just 1.25x. Now, you do a group kind of a group call. You go in with a bunch of other people. In this example, it would be 12. Ideally, obviously, our community would be much, much bigger. But just in a group of 12, you spread out that $25 in a single entry across 12 people. Your individual hits only, a little bit more than $2. So you do that, you get the same kind of results. And actually, the math here is wrong, which is no, wait, no, we're good. Your $100 investment really is a net $98 investment. That doubles to $196. Now you take away another $2 for selling the gas fee. You have $194. So your 2x is 1.94x, which is a lot larger than the 1.25x that you would have gotten individually investing. So this whole concept of scalability is you're spreading out those fees across multiple people, so it's much more cost effective for you to kind of go in as a group. Now, this is like obviously an extreme example, but if you have a few hundred people, wanting to go in on the same thing, you're talking thousands of dollars like difference. If we're going in with a few grand, coming out with that much money, it works out for everybody. So that's what we're trying to kind of show there, that like in the ERC network, while people are scared to pay those types of fees, this is obtainable easily through group investing.
And of course, what makes it even better is because we're speculating right now that we're only gonna have a $25 fee. Um, what happens, and I think everybody knows, mostly everybody traded on ERC at least once. Surely you're gonna have a $25 tax, actually a $50 tax, because it's $25 to go in and 25 to go out. It's a $50 tax combined, only maybe in the morning. Sure, in the morning for me. I don't know what that would mean for you. Probably in the evening, maybe then. But think about it. It's a highly anticipated token. It's it's super crowded on the network. Maybe there's another launch, or maybe there's another contest running or something like that. You're looking at an easy, I'll say, $50 to go in, 50 to go out. So what
Yeah.
happens? Of course, you're not gonna go in with $100, but still, on your principal, I mean, it's even worse than that. And I think my argument stands for itself. Even better if you have more people. And
Yeah.
this is what I yeah this is why I chose this page, to kind of emphasize to everybody here that surely you can do things on your own. But yeah, just look. I mean, the math is there, and it's never 25. That's what I wanted to to
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
and,
state.
and I want to take a conservative approach, so like people aren't kind of questioning like, is it really 50 to 100? Which it is at times, definitely for sure. So yeah, I mean that page and the next page are the two that I think are important, because even for people that do have the money, it's a lot of it is just like the time limitations as well. It's not just financial, it's time and even knowledge base, where like I mean, personally for me, I'm not a big NFT guy, but we have 3 or 4 guys on our team right now that are killing it in the NFT space. They have the ERC tokens, Terra tokens, or I should say NFTs, and they're doing great with it. And they know. I mean, to me, I look at all of them. I'm like, they look like the same ape. They look like the same monkey token or NFT. I can't tell the difference, and they're able to kind of scope through, look through the communities, and really kind of find these like gems that are out there. So but like again, like for me to like sit down, like learn all of that, like I don't know where to start. I would probably have to start googling stuff and all of that. And I've had mild success in the NFT space, so I won't put myself down that much. But like you work with a group, like they're able to kind of get back to you, tell you what you need to know, and help you out there. And they're going to be the ones, the community is going to be the experts here. They're going to be the professionals that know their stuff, and everybody's going to bring their own type of kind of skill set to the DAO. And, the more people you have, you're extending those resources, time being the biggest one, across, across the community. Like you don't have to go through your 9 to 5 workday, like come home and be like, okay, I got a few hours of like research I want to do on new plays. That same amount of knowledge that, you would be able to get like working on your own, you just you work within the community and they help you out. Now, I'm not saying, maybe there will be like defined roles within the community, I'll let the community decide at that point. But I think, a lot of people will be able to kind of group think, knowledge share off each other, and really help alleviate a lot of the like research, due diligence, education behind all of it, alleviate that for, just the common investor.
Definitely, yeah, very interesting, and very important factor actually. You keep hearing, do your own research, but in the end, what does that even mean? Because if we were to compare, maybe I have my own research, let's say bullet points that I usually follow for a token or in a token, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just look at the Telegram, the website, and you're good to go. Surely that for me isn't research. But what if a third person steps in and says, okay, so you guys did this. What if we take it one step ahead and we do also this? Combine those. First of all, yeah, as you said, you save the time. And Jesus, I hope I find someone so that I can share the workload with, because yeah, I kind of started crypto on a research job, which I'm still trying to keep, and it takes, I'll say, easily 60% of my entire time in crypto. That's what I do. I research pretty much everything, be it blockchains, DEX listing, sex listing, whatever, tokens, you name it. That's what I need to do. Imagine having 10 people aside me to do the same thing. It will be it oh, it will be so great. So yeah, I can relate to that. At least from my perspective. Um, I think, yeah, we kind of covered this one. I don't want to bore more people with my long comments. Um, yeah, so I think it makes an interesting statement, and the token itself has many qualities and many features. Before we actually open it to the floor, I would like to cover a couple of more things, if that's okay with you, Brian. And if
Of
I
course.
didn't actually, I thought I actually kind of you kind of fell asleep because of my long comments. Is that the case? If so, I'm sorry.
No, no. Let's do it. I'm here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. What can you tell us about the contract? Is it audited, and if so, by whom?
Yeah, so we our external dev is finalizing the contract today, actually, and then the second that is done, I've already paid. We're going to have Audit Rate Tech audit the contract. So I just paid them this morning, actually. So the second I get the contract address, it's going over to them. So yeah, like I said, Cryptit, they're a registered company in Austria. This is what they do. They're all things crypto solutions. So they create the contract for us, and and all that. So they're the experts there. So it will be audited. As far as safety concerns are, we're KYC. We were KYC through Pink Sale. I was KYC to my previous token as well. I'm fully doxed. Our previous token made it to like ABC News, so I was like live there, so people know. And I did like a whole like live donation thing with the last token as well. I think pretty much people know who I live. Pretty much everything, everybody knows everything about me at this point, outside of maybe my seed phrase and social security number. So I'm hoping to keep it that way. But yeah, I'm pretty transparent with all this stuff. So we're trying to check all the boxes because we understand, especially when you take it to the next level of creating this investment pool, you're not only handling people's money in the investment, but you have to be, socially responsible, financially responsible with what we're delivering in that regard. So um, we are, going to be as transparent as possible and make that a point. I think if you look at we did a live donation as well recently for $500 to the, I'm drawing on the name again, the Military Veterans and Servicemen Impact Fund, as well as Pets for Vets. We did $500 all through the blockchain through the Giving Block. So just to kind of prove, because like a year ago from like today, like you remember all those charity coins, they're all, I would say, like 95% scams, saying that they're going to donate to whatever cause. We want to take it a step further. You can see us doing the live donation, see it on the blockchain. I take screenshots of everything, do it live so people in the community can see it. We truly believe that if you don't feel safe with an investment, then you shouldn't do it. And crypto right now, especially in the BSC space, is a breeding ground for people with ill intentions. So yeah, we're taking every measure to be as transparent as possible. Obviously, if there's anything else that needs to be done, we will, we'll hear you out. This is a community-based token. You guys have a say. We want to do everything we can and push this through to the next level.
Definitely, definitely. That sounds great. Everything sounds great. And trust me, Brian, I would have so many other questions. I would just like to cover one more thing before we actually open it to the community. What can we learn about your tokenomics in order to understand the distribution better?
Yeah, absolutely. So, from a tax perspective, we're going to start off with the 12% and 15% tax. We will have the BUSD rewards to start off. You know, much people love their BUSD rewards. So when volume is high in the beginning, we're going to keep the tokenomics like that. 2% will go to charity, and then depending on the buy sell, 2 to 5% will go to the development of the DAO, and then I believe it's like 1%, maybe to the dev. Excuse me. And then I think auto LP is another 1%, and then I think it's like 2% to marketing. I'm just spitballing that top of my head, but I think ideally down the road is we're going to lower that. Kind of once we kind of built up enough for a starting point within the DAO. If we see volume decrease, the high tax is basically for the BUSD rewards is basically worthless. Where you're getting pennies on the dollar. So it's flexible. It's probably going to change in the future, but not get any higher for sure. And then as far as the actual token distribution, let me pull it up. I know we have about 30%. I want to say it's around 30% that is going towards the staking of the DAO. So that will be locked. Those tokens will be locked for at least a year. Outside of that, we had a private sale as well. So I wanted to flag that. That will be is a small private sale of around 20 BNB. I think it might have been 22 end of the day. And they got like a 25% premium on that. So that will be a small portion. But outside of that, I think it's pretty standard. We have like 2% team tokens that are locked, some giveaway stuff for the community, and then I think 60% liquidity from the pre-sale tokens is the other bit. So yeah, so we should pretty standard tokenomics, I would say, across the board for the BSC space.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And the the thing with tokenomics is I've seen quite some tokens in my fair share of time, and some of them were trying to overdo it and overthink it, trying to distribute more tokens where it wasn't needed. It's not the vet in you. It's not the case here. As you said, it's pretty straightforward. Everything is there. Um, Also, yeah, one more thing, and this is I'm happy that you actually mentioned. Um, I don't even see the reason for the vesting, but is the private sale vested in any way? I'm not sure if you
Oh
mentioned
yeah.
this already.
So no private sale. It was only 20 BNB, so we felt like for that amount, being like a fifth of pre-sale, we could have easily, we just wanted some upfront money for marketing purposes. We could have easily raised the pre-sale from 100 to 125 BNB. So there's no vesting percentage over any of that.
Yeah, yeah, I thought as well, but yeah, just to skip one question out of the line. Okay, so if you are okay with this, Brian, we can definitely go ahead and open it to the community for some questions. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. I'll take the first one from the chat. Yeah, I mentioned if they're shy and they don't wanna talk in the voice chat, I'll ask them from the chat. And the first one that I see is, let's take a look. It's from Killing, and he slash she, sorry, I don't know exactly, wants to know: do you have plans to launch a NFT marketplace? And also, what can you tell us about the partnerships? You choose which one is better for you.
Yeah, I can answer both real quick. Yeah, so another great feature of the flexibility of the DAO is if we decided to go down the road and launch like an NFT project on our own, we actually have a few people on the team who have been a part of these projects, which is great. We can. So it's definitely been brought up. And I think while it's not within our initial plans to do so, I would not be surprised if this summer when we roll out Roadmap 2.0, you see an NFT project in the works. And because we're the whole DAO prospect is, being cross chain, this doesn't necessarily mean we're restricted to an BSC NFT project, which, I haven't really seen too many successful ones out there. You can see us going on like the ERC, Sol, Luna networks to launch that. So again, it's been discussed. TBD on that in the future. We'll see how things work out. As far as launch and everything is concerned, but it's definitely been discussed. As far as partnerships are concerned, I think we're going to start off really with in the beginning to look after partnerships, probably more on the charity front. With the veteran side. So we did this with our last project. We ended up partnering with the Giving Block, with Toys for Tots, with Elf Token, and it was great to kind of help out in that way. So there's tons of charities out there for tons of opportunities from the veterans, servicemen, all that. So I think that's going to be our main focus at first. And then I think what we're going to try doing after that is once the DAO is live, potentially partnering with certain incubators, certain groups to see if we can even leverage this, kind of group DAO and gain us access to early entry stuff, like private sales stuff, within groups like that. So it's been discussed. It's in the works. We're definitely considering multiple angles here.
Okay, definitely answers both of the questions. So thanks for that. Now let's see. I see some hands raised here. Okay, let's take it from Dave Simon. Dave Simon, you are unmuted. Please ask your question.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going
Yep,
on?
just fine.
Okay, yeah. So my question is, how do you plan to give investors confidence in your project? First, in terms of security and safety of their funds, especially knowing that most of your target investors are coming from the BSC and are mostly be victim of scam projects.
Yeah, absolutely. So I probably talked about it in bits and pieces here, but I'll kind of consolidate all of it. So first, with the contract, I think is the main point of safety. We've hired an outside registered company that they're well known. They have a great reputation with developing, a bunch of different crypto services. One of them being developing contracts, various platforms. We're going to use them for our staking purposes. So they're a legitimate company. Like I said, if they did anything, they would be subject to their own legal restrictions in their country. So I think that's first and foremost. Secondly, we're taking all the steps to make people feel safe. With I've gone through the Pink Sale KYC. We're going through our contract audit. Once that's finalized, I'm fully doxxed. I think everybody knows my name, my profession, even like where I work. So it's pretty easy to get in touch with me, find out who I am, and the SEC here in the United States. I'm actually my current job. I'm in constant contact with the SEC, IRS. So they're a fun group to work with. And it would be a little awkward if they had to come after me in that regard. So yeah, we're doing everything possible we can there just to be transparent, just to know, we're here, we're working for you guys and all that. And I guess lastly would be just from the investment front, we're trying to safeguard all the DAO security stuff as much as possible. So what we'll do is we'll have some sort of system in place to basically have people in the community kind of sign off track everything that we're doing. Everything is going to be public. It's on the blockchain, all the investments. So we're going to do everything in our power just to make sure that people see every single transaction going in and out. We're not going to hide anything, whether it be on an exchange or anything like that, to the best of our abilities. So I think that's really, the best we can do. But, again, if there's additional actions that the community feels are necessary for them to trust us, by all means, we're all for it, and we're happy to listen to it.
Okay, actually, thanks for this great answer you have given me. And also, we all know there are some investors that might only be interested in buying the NFT and may only want to buy and stake their NFT and hold it for the future. So I just want to know, what is it compulsory to hold your tokens before we can purchase and stake an NFT?
Yeah, I mean, from the DAO perspective, we'll probably have to discuss with the community what their thoughts are as far as like allocation of our investments, whether it be in NFTs, stuff like that. I mean, if the community is all for us launching our own, NFTs down the road, we're all for it as well. I think we have more than enough capable people within our team alone, let alone the community, that can pull something off like that. I think we have one of the most talented graphic designers, artists in the entire space. Not to brag, but if you look at any of our videos, he does a fantastic job. So we have more than enough talent there that, if people want to go that route, they can. I think you will have a situation where you're going to have people who, are not going to be all about the NFTs. And I think because of that, you're not going to see us just going head first, all in on just like one sector of the digital asset space. There's so much out there. And I think part of the whole educating the community aspect is that, you're going to learn to be able to, diversify, the fund portfolio and all that. So I think that'll be a key feature to help people kind of manage their investments and realize, hey, it's not all about NFTs, or, hey, we need to spread out this investment, just to make sure we're kind of having some sort of hedge against, if the NFT, community just, dies out overnight. I don't think anybody's really anticipating that. I'd be very surprised if that's the case, but, crazier things have happened. So.
Okay, thanks for this great answer you have given me. Well, I'm looking forward to invest in your projects. Really appreciate you.
Yep. Great. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks as well, Dave. Much appreciated for the question. Let's see. Boomer Light, please go ahead and ask your question. And to make it fair, and to try to cover as many questions as possible, let's try and ask one question if possible. And should we have any more time, we'll get to more if that's okay. Boomer Light, you are unmuted.
Hello, brother.
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on?
Hey, bro. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm cool, bro. First of all, thanks for the great opportunity. Yeah, and I do commend you guys for the great presentation. Hope you guys can hear me.
Yep. I can hear you good.
Okay. First of all, I've been listening to your presentation for a very long time now, and well, I would say it's a great one. Yeah, I do love the presentation and everything about it. Waste of man. So yeah, I'll go straight to my question. Yeah. So because I've been listening to your presentation and you guys haven't talked about the futures that are involved in your launchpad. So I would like to ask, what are the futures that will be involved in your launchpad and also your long-term goals on this project?
Launchpad, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if we really
Okay.
discussed that. We've talked about potentially partnering with like certain incubators and working with them. I think, if we were to like say, I have a very, very broad example. If we, even within the community, and not even from a partnership standpoint, if we felt like we wanted to, get in on like a red kite or BSC pad or something along those lines, because we see that they're launching these like 100x, coins like day in, day out. I think it would be definitely something worth considering to hold like the minimum amount of whatever it is, Matic or BSC, PAD, whatever their token is. But that's something we can discuss. As far as developing our own, I'm not going to roll it out. Yeah, so I think, but it hasn't really been discussed that much right now. It's mainly been, I would say, just from a partnership perspective, we've discussed different routes there, as well as potentially launch our own NFT. Those are really the two main things that are kind of not set in stone, but have been like discussed in a bit more details at this time.
Yeah, yeah. But what are your utilities for your NFTs, and what are the unique features that provide sustainability for your high APYs?
Well, that's going to be all, really determined by, the investors itself. They're going to see, I'm going to let them have a voice to see like what they want to go into. I mean, there's plenty of like really good free tools out there that, we can see like, hey, if we want to start going to like these, staking high, APY like projects, we can. And a lot of like, I'll give like the node example. Like a lot of people can't afford a node, but if we feel like, hey, this is something that's important, like this passive income, we can go in there and we can buy a few and, give that to the community. So, I mean, different things like that, we're more than open to, and a lot of people don't really know about that stuff. I have a site where I would need to find it that actually, you can actually see certain like yields, like for the different products that are out there, staking opportunities. So little like free resources like that are important for the community. Whether you're going through the DAO or not, it's just handy to have on your own time. So yeah, I mean, obviously with any APY platform, as volume decreases, the token decreases in performance, it dies down. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to, minimize our exposure to that stuff and, be able to adapt and generate the highest returns possible for the group.
Okay. Thanks for the great answer. But Alex, do you mind if I ask some more question? Just a short question.
Okay, sure. If it's short, why not?
Okay. Thanks. You see, seeing that this project has a lot to offer, the project having its own different chain. Well, I would like to know what is the source of your funds for this project, because it's a very good project. Yeah. And do you have companies or job careers outside the crypto space which you use in supporting or backing up this wonderful project? You got a question?
Yeah, no, that's a great, great question. So the initial funds will be to be developed either through a pre-sale allocation. Like I said, 60% is going towards liquidity. The other 40% is going to be towards development of the DAO, which can include, the initial investment. We have some money set aside right now. We're actually warehousing it in certain investments at the time to help grow that initial starting point. And our previous token, ELF token, liquidity is actually up in May 17th, I believe. So right around that time, we're going to use a portion of that to help fund the initial DAO. So we have a few opportunities right now, but again, we're going to be looking towards partnerships as well. And if anybody, any venture backing, business wants to, get involved, we're all ears, and something we'll definitely be exploring if they want to get in on this.
Oh, okay. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Yeah, I do love the answer. Yeah, it links to my question. So great stuff and nice project. To the moon. Alex, thanks for the great opportunity. Best of luck, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
Definitely, definitely. Thanks as well for the questions, Boomer. Let's go to the chat. I think I saw some more questions in there before I give the opportunity to someone else. Um, okay, so Alibaba wanted to know. Um, okay, we spoke about this. The contract is indeed Decorate is going to be the auditor. It's not actually public because it's not done yet, as far as I understood from Brian. Can anyone access the locked liquidity pool? Well, if it's locked, highly doubtful. You want to add something else to that, Brian, in regards to the audit and locked liquidity pool, or did I get it?
No, you got it. We're still finalizing the contract, so I already paid the audit rate tax. So they should turn around and audit in 1 to 2 days. So hopefully by Monday at this time, you'll see something on our channel publishing the audit. And then yeah, we're going to be locking liquidity. We're still trying to determine how long, but we'll probably re-up it down the road. So yeah, but that will be locked through Pancake Swap or Pink Lock or whatever it is. So yeah.
Definitely, yeah, as expected. I just wanted to see if you have a different perspective of it. Okay, another one from the chat, and then we're gonna go back to voice. Francis says, will charity donations be done in the VET Inu tokens or USD, like BUSD, USDC, so on and so forth?
Yeah, so great question. So we have done the crypto donations through the Giving Block. And basically, this is a website that you can donate certain types of crypto. So all of our crypto donations actually have been in Bitcoin. They accept different types of currencies. One of the things that's kind of annoying is they do not accept anything on BSC like BNB, BUSD. So what we've been doing is transferring BNB to a exchange. Basically exchanging it for Bitcoin and then sending it out. So if you go to our Telegram, you can kind of see the process real briefly. I have a short clip of us donating through the Giving Block. Basically, what happens is you go in, you find the foundation that you would like to donate to. You go in, they give you a wallet address, you copy it, send it from your exchange, and all that. So I take screenshots of the wallet address, proof of the blockchain transaction, and even I took it a step further this time because I included the VetNU email account. They'll even send you a charity receipt by email. So I posted a screenshot of that as well. So you can donate through the Giving Block's great. You can donate in like a lot of the ERC stuff you can do. You can actually do it in Doge. But nothing in BNB, BUSD, unfortunately, at this time.
Yeah, I was expecting that answer because I've seen other charity tokens pretty much trying to handle this within the same way. Bitcoin is still the most reliable, so yeah. Let's see. Next question. I'm gonna try Excessive Joy. Excessive Joy, you are unmuted. Please ask your question. Okay, maybe you'll get back. Next, Follow Dun. Follow Dun, you are unmuted. Please ask your question.
All right, thank you, Alex. My question is the about the metaverse. Please, can you explain more about that? How will it run? What will be in the metaverse? Thank you.
Sorry, did you say the governance token? Sorry, I couldn't hear you really.
The metaverse from your website. You made mention of the
Oh, the
metaverse from
metaverse.
from your
Gotcha.
website.
Yeah. So I kind of made that as a joke with the whole combining the vet portion with the metaverse. But ideally, what we're thinking about doing is creating almost like a separate community for people who are staking their vet in you. And the reason for this is, if we're putting the time and effort for the investors, the holders, we don't want people coming in like the main chat, kind of gaining that kind of knowledge share without even like investing and taking it elsewhere. So we would have, and we'd probably set it up in like a Discord type of setting that we can monitor like who goes in, who goes out. But like pretty much it would be like an invite only. You have to apply for it, kind of prove that you have staked your VetNU tokens and all that. So basically it's more or less just like a sub community of what we have right now for people who are holding and all that. So that's all it really is. But if we're going through the effort, people are doing the effort of researching and all that. I don't think it would be too fair for kind of external people who are not really contributing anything to the project itself to kind of come in and gain that knowledge there and use it for their own personal benefit.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
Thanks as well for the question. Next, excessive joy. Let's see. Are you back?
Okay, Amy.
Yep, I can hear
Yep,
you.
yep.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question, please.
Okay, first of all, thanks for this opportunity. Yeah, you see, I've been listening to this presentation, and you guys haven't talked about the security of your project. You know, security is a very important aspect of all projects. Yeah, all projects deserve a good security. Yeah, to secure the project and also to attract new good investors. Yeah, to attract investors and also members of the community. Because when a project lacks investors, yeah, when a project lacks security, I mean, investors will not want to invest in it. And also, members of the community will not want to invest in it.
Think we lost you there. You're still with us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Telegram cut me off. Yeah, all this Telegram shit. So, like I was saying, yeah, a project deserves a very good security, so it can attract, yeah, investors and also members of the community. So, I would say, security is a very important aspect of our project. So, my question now is on behalf of the security of the project. So, I would like to ask, how do your team intend to keep your project safe, and how safe is it? What I mean is that what makes investors and also members of the community feel safe when working with your project? Hope you get the question.
Yeah, so I think somebody asked something similar before. So, we're going through all the check boxes of, we're doing the KYC. I'm doxxed. Most people know who I am at this point in real life. So I have a lot more at stake with my, um, our my job at home, my family, than to really scam a token on the BSC. We have an outside registered company doing the contract, doing all the platform stuff for us. So they're reputable. Don't believe anything shady would be going on with them. They would make sure that from an IT perspective, everything has the highest level of security, so nobody can kind of get it and hack anything. And then lastly, would just be transparency with the investments of the DAO. Kind of keep it open for people to see what our investments are, tracking it and all that, just so they know we're not running any kind of Ponzi or anything in that regard. So they'll be able to see all the wallets and everything like that.
Okay, great answer. I do love the answer. But you see, I do invest in so many projects, yeah. And you see, I've been to so many, yeah, projects in the crypto space, and yeah, they keep on having the same ideas in the crypto space. And in terms of that, they end up with the same problem. And this problem now has been affecting some good projects in the crypto space. So I would like to ask one more question again. Yeah. So how do you plan to distinguish your project from other projects in the crypto space? Like, I mean, how do you plan to separate your project from other bad projects in the crypto space in order for your good project to avoid this problem? Hope you get the question.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we're doing it right from the start. I think, like Alex said, he doesn't know of any kind of DAOs in the BSC that are incorporating this pooled investment kind of idea. Like I said, I've kind of taken this from my own personal work experience and kind of deploying it on the crypto community. So I think right now we've coming up with a versatile kind of multi-product, multi-dimensional kind of way of making money here. That's flexible to any kind of market condition, and really is a true first kind of community-based token that is going to allow people to have a say and really determine what the bottom line, kind of earnings are. So, yeah, I mean, I think all that makes this project super unique. We're doing on a mainstream platform with low fees that it's affordable for everybody. The common investor, whether you're investing $1, whether you're investing $1,000, what have you, does have a say, and will be able to learn and kind of help themselves individually become better investors. So I think the amount of advantages with this type of platform is is limitless. And I think right now we're breaking the barrier for we could see multiple investment DAOs like coming from this. So I'm excited, and I think this is something that we're going to take to the next level.
Okay, great answer. I love the answer. Well, I asked this question on behalf of the investors. You see, sometimes we investors we invest in so many bad projects. We after we don't some of them don't usually check the security of the project before they do invest in some project. So they fall in a victim of investing in bad projects and they lose. Sometimes they get scammed. So that was why I asked this question. And well, thanks for the answer. Thanks for the opportunity, Alex, and thanks for the great answer, Major. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Thanks as well for the question. So we will be taking our last question. Uh, and as I've mentioned in the chat, okay, Dr. Mike, you said you had a question, but I don't see your hand raised. So give it a couple of seconds. If not, I'm gonna move on. There you go. Dr. Mikey, unmuted. Please ask the question.
Uh, hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yep, we can
Okay.
hear.
Okay, my question. I sold the money project were unstable for a short period of time. At first, they started with hard work and good attention. After a few months later, they did pay attention to this project. Then it ended there. How does Fit Inu plan to survive in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. The market's tough, especially crypto. It's very volatile. So I think the biggest thing right now is because we have this platform to be versatile, to be flexible, to be able to adapt to whatever the trend is, to be able to save, um, you know, uh, our assets from, potentially depreciating in value at any given moment. That's what really makes this different. I gave the example before of just the change we saw in a single quarter from October to December. We saw you saw the market thrive, during that time, and people are making money left and right for the first quarter of Q4. Later on, like people were either, converting to stables, whatever, and were either not making any money or even worse, losing money because of it. And those same people who, they weren't making any adjustments. And, it's with any project, you're going to have like every project's going to have their own kind of issues with, you think about the issues with these P2E games, like, that liquidity dies out over time, like the rewards and all that stuff. Like, it's really, to my knowledge, they haven't figured out a sustainable way to get around it. And that's what makes this great is, we see the market go down, we're going to short, the market, we're going to make money no matter what. NFTs are booming, we're going to move money there. We're going to figure out what the trend is. Right now, if, we were alive, we'd probably be invested in a bunch of crow plays. I mean, it's, the ability to keep an open mind, to adapt, to learn from others and see other opportunities is what's going to make this different. And that's why I am positive, this is going to be a successful, long-term, sustainable project, that, gives you the passive income that you are hoping for. Doesn't die out over time like, most rewards coins, staking coins, what have you. But yeah, this is why we're here. We're trying to find a solution for, these coins that die out. If they survive a few days, they die out within 30 to 60 days. So I mean, it's just the harsh reality of it. But this is how we feel like the solution should be. So that's what we've created here, and that's why we're confident moving forward that we're really got something special here.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck to project.
Great, thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Thanks a lot, Dr. Mikey, for your question. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Brian. I've definitely enjoyed this, and I kind of lost track of time. This is what happens to me when we have good projects amongst us with unique concepts. And I'll take the liberty here to mention one thing because I noticed. And don't get me wrong, guys. I appreciate the questions and the engagement that you guys brought forward. Many of the questions were directed towards, um, aside from what we spoke about. Of course, it's your right as a potential investor to ask, where is this going to? What is Vetino gonna do in short term and long term, and so on and so forth. Um, and this is gonna be my ending statement, and I'm gonna pass it after to you, Brian, so that before we wrap up, you can make your ending statement. But I just want to state something. When it comes to tokens, never rely on the, the sole picture out there. Um, so they're gonna launch on pink sale, they're gonna do this, that private sale, and that's it. As I've said before, aside for the research and financial advice and so on and so forth, think about it as a whole picture. Take into account the long term that you see on the roadmap, and moreover, and this is brought forward by the questions that I try to ask so that we can find out more about the short term and the long term. How are they planning to put the puzzle pieces together? Because in the end, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, you're investing in two things. First of all, there are some ideas, a concept created from some ideas, and a team. If you bring these together, you get the execution of it. So that's what you're investing in. Don't think about it as, okay, so long term they're just gonna do this. Development of the token is a constant process for every team. Um, and yeah, I mean, overall, I think Brian can actually correct me if I'm wrong. This doesn't stop. You don't come with three or four ideas and you say, okay, this is what we're going to bring it forward. You launch it and then that's it. You constantly try to adapt to the technology, to the market, to the chains, to the conditions, to your investors, and so on and so forth. That being said, and this is my ending statement, I think this is a great project. The space, the BSC space, and not only, okay, Ethereum already has a DAO. We'll see how that goes. But BSC, given the lack right now of market conditions and pretty much the oversaturation of gaming tokens, I think this is what BSC needs. And Vet Inu is definitely the one that can bring it forward, as long as you guys deliver. And I see the plan. The plan is there. It only needs the execution and a bit better market conditions, in my opinion. But I think it's there. I think the team is transparent enough. You guys are thinking outside of the box when applying your finishing touches to the token, and I think we should see this in the long term. That's my ending statement, and I think I'm speaking for the community when I'm saying that I thank you guys for bringing this forward, especially you and the team itself. It was from my perspective, it was a great. I never felt as it was an AMA. I felt like I was talking to a friend of mine over a coffee and a cigar. So it was enjoyable. I lost track of time, and you guys caught me. Thanks a lot, Brian. I'll pass it on to you right now so that you can make your ending statement before we wrap up. That was all I wanted to say.
Very well, thanks, Alex. Yeah, no, I mean we're in this for the long run, and I think we have a good product here that is going to be sustainable for a long time on a great network. So, yeah, I mean, really, my ending statement here is, we want to give something that is sustainable, that can help, you know, give a community what they, really need to do in this kind of environment, and that's teach and learn to be a better investor, teach others, help do stuff for the greater good, with the whole charity aspect. And I think most importantly, the reason why we're in crypto in the first place is to make money. So, yeah, I mean, I think, we're providing all this. We're giving people an opportunity to have their say, to be able to add to the bottom line here. And I think that's the most important thing here. There's no egos here. We're not, going to be we're not going to be pushing any kind of agenda here to go into certain types of projects. This is going to be community based. This is going to be everything that you guys want to do on your end. So we're really looking forward to it. We want to do what's going to make us money. What's going to be creating good in the space. So yeah, we're ecstatic right now. We're really looking forward to launch. really excited to have you guys part of our community. And yeah, thank you again for giving us the platform, the opportunity here to speak, kind of promote what we're trying to do here. And we're really looking forward to the future.
Awesome, awesome. A big thanks again from Phoenix towards Vet Inu and towards you, Brian, because you took the time to come in and sit here with us and present the you know the A to Z for Vet Inu. I will end by saying that I definitely believe that you guys can bring it forward. I thank you again for your time. Thanks to everybody who took the time to join us. I hope this was as enjoyable for you guys as it was for me. Many thanks again to Brian. Hope everybody's gonna have a great rest of your day or night, and we'll end here the wonderful AMA. Thanks a lot, Brian. Take care.
Great. Thank you, everybody.